So, welcome to my second video. This was not supposed to happen. This is the most neediest dog in the world. But he wants to be in it, so who am I to say no? So, I've got some travel hacks for you guys. My top 5, I would say, are the most useful things that you can do if you're travelling long term. Now, this is not your usual 2 weeks away. I'm talking 6 months plus. So, travel hack number 5, your backup phone. I know what you're thinking, 2 phones, definitely not a drug dealer. But you will need this if the worst comes to the worst. Preload it with all of your contacts, anyone from your mum, your dad, grandparents, partners, travel partners, your hotel you're staying in. Make sure this is ready to go. So if the worst case happens, you've got all the contact details for every single person that you need. Number 4, insurance. If you don't get insurance, quite frankly, you're stupid. I would never even think about going away without insurance. Whether it's a 1-day trip to a year trip, you have to have some form of insurance. I'm the most accident-prone person in the world. I will trip over absolutely anything and probably hurt myself. Becky agrees. But you have to have something. If you are travelling long-term, it's probably worth looking into the local sort of medical help they will give you. It depends on the country. When I lived in Australia, it was Medicare, and I signed up to Medicare, and I had like a reciprocal health thing, because I mean, if Australians come to the UK, they get free healthcare, so the Australians do it back. That's just one example, but it's definitely worth looking into, because most insurance companies will not cover you for trips over 30 days. So you need to have some sort of protection after that time. Number 3. The dog has now left me. I was loved for traumatic. Number 3. You need to have photocopies of your passport, any insurance documents. That's probably best off sending emails to anyone who's back at home as well for insurance. Anything, driver's license, any forms of ID, because if you lose your passport and you have to go to travel to the embassy from whichever country it is, it could be hundreds of miles away, might not be if you're in the local city, but your application will be a huge amount quicker if you have photocopies of your ID. It can prove straight away who you are, because they don't know, you've got no ID and you need to go get your ID. It's a bit of a pain. So if you've got those photocopies, you can go in, this is me, you can see the photo, I need to sort out an emergency passport or anything else that you may need for your travels. Number 2, a Monzo account. Now, I'm not paid to say this, I'm sure there are plenty of other similar sorts of things about, but for me personally, I use Monzo. You can get an app on your phone, takes 5 minutes max to apply for one. And you get real-time deductions on your account. So I transfer my holiday fund, if you like, straight into my Monzo account. It doesn't depend on contactless like a normal bank account does. It comes out immediately, so you know exactly how much money you have. And it also, I don't know, say I was in France, it will take out, say it was 10 euros, it would take out 10 euros and then it would tell you that amount in English pounds as well, so you have a better idea of how much you are spending. Number 1. This is the most important thing that I had in place when I moved to Australia. I didn't know it was a thing. A lot of people don't know it's a thing. But without doubt, the best thing that you can have. It's called a third-party mandate on your bank account. It's easy enough to set up. You just go into a local bank with the person that you want. Mine's my mum. And they have, I don't use the word control of your bank account, because my mum doesn't look at what I'm doing or spending or anything. If she did, I'd be in real big trouble the amount of McDonald's I have. But if worse comes to worse, and I don't know, your bank account freezes or you get victim of a scam or something, instead of having expensive phone calls from the other side of the world, the person that you have set up as your third party mandate can go into the bank and has full authorization to do everything. For me, I've used this countless times. I've had my bank card frozen multiple times whilst I was in Australia. That was with Uber, I don't know why with Uber. And payments, things that weren't going right, if I just rang my mum up and said, can you go down to the local bank, she can go in and sort it, and it's done within seconds instead of you hanging on the phone or waiting for the open times of the local bank when you're in a completely different time zone. So I hope you guys find this interesting and most importantly useful. It's things that I wish I knew before I went away. If you have any more questions, anything you want to go a bit more in depth to, put the comments down below. I will 100% get back to you. So from me, it's Nikki.